Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's a six-pack beer guy. You're very welcome along to my beer review. As I said, I really appreciate you taking your time out to watch my videos. And obviously, you wouldn't be watching if you weren't interested in beer. So I'm going to try and bring you quality beer rather than just reviewing for the sake of it. I've already kind of reviewed personally and tasted probably in the range of thousands of beers. Over the years, like I've been doing this now for a decade. I've never really, obviously I've only started posting. I've never really did it like I did it just for myself to remember what beers I like, because it is a big passion of mine, trying all these different beers and find out what I like, what I don't like, and your palate starts to develop as the years go on. You tend to be able to tell a good quality beer from a not so quality, put it that way. But it is fun. I'm not the kind of guy who drinks the same beer all night, by the way, unless I have to. There's no other options. I usually like to switch my beers all the time, keep it interesting, because it's just something I enjoy, variety. And tonight I have an Austrian lager, Stiegl. You've probably heard of these guys. They're pretty widely available, supermarkets, etc., etc. They're original Stiegl lager. This is the Goldbrau version. There's a Helles. Now, the Helles I'm not crazy about. It's not a bad beer, but it's not, anything special. I have tasted probably nearly every beer by these guys, and that's my little dachshund. He's trying to get at the rabbit, so excuse me. Alcohol 5%, and there's lots of language on here. This is exported all over the world. There's even an 18s sign on it. First time I've seen that on a can. Are you 18? I'll be honest, even if I wasn't, it wouldn't stop me. Me and my mates, when we were 15, 16, were hiding in the local parks and stuff, sneaking a bottle of Scrumpy Jack, used to be then, cider. It was only like £2, and we all took a few swigs each and we were all flying. Those were the days. But we were sensible. That's where we learned to be sensible with alcohol. Well, some did, some didn't. I kind of, lucky enough, have that temperament, mentality, whatever you want to call it, where I just know when enough is enough. I know not to push the limits, and it's a good thing to have when you drink, obviously, because it can get you into trouble if you don't. So that's why I always push moderation. Now, obviously, listen, some nights you're going to get drunk. It happens to us all. I have plenty of times myself, but I try my best to kind of keep it in moderation, enjoy the night, because you know yourself, once you get that drunk, how are you really going to enjoy it? You don't even remember most of it, and then you feel bad for a few days. So to me, I like to enjoy a few nights out a week, my local bars and stuff, and so that learns you to be moderate and not drink so much in one go. There's no need to. You'll get out another night for another few pints. So just be thankful you had a good night, you're feeling okay, you're feeling good. Get up the next day and I do my training. I said they call me a six-pack beer guy. You want to know why? Just go check me out on Instagram, TikTok. I think I'm even on YouTube videos. I kind of share them around the place. And it's called Calidan Street Workout, CALIDAN _ Street Workout, or Daniel Gibbons, DANIEL GIBBONS, and you'll see some kind of picture to do with calisthenics. That'll be me. Yeah, so I've learned to be, enjoy life. Seriously fit person, if we're talking about fitness, because once you see my stuff, I think you'll be in no doubt. But I also learned that life has to be balanced, enjoyed. Don't walk around with an 8-pack, 10-pack all the time. Unless you're an absolute, and I don't mean you can be an absolute pinnacle athlete, but unless you're getting paid for it, it's a different story. Do you know what I mean? Your whole livelihood depends on it. That may be a bit different, but for most people that's not the case. Even though how good I am, one of the best in the world, one of the best in my country at what I do, not all things like football, soccer, and sports like lead to big money or riches. So it's kind of like in Ireland especially. So I don't even get sponsorship. That's how bad it is, even though I'm the best in the country at doing what I do. Well, a lot of different records in the country that no one's matched, but that means nothing if it's not a photo opportunity for local politicians, etc. So yeah, that's the way it is. I'm not moaning about it. I do what I do. I love what I do. Get on with it. So yeah, finally, get this beer open. The original Stiegl lager. This is Goldbrau, so it's kind of like a slightly stronger that you would get you know, 4.6 I think is, or 4.5 or 4.6 is a Helles. This is a Goldbrau, so a bit more premium, a bit more malt, a bit stronger. It's in a can. I have drank it before in a bottle. It'll be interesting to see the difference. Using kind of my Eyinger glass. I've said before, these guys are a great brewery. If you get a chance, do partake in a few of their brews, because they are, if you're into traditional style beers like I am, they're not going to do any kind of wild IPAs or stuff like that. Although these guys do some kind of wild brow beers as a kind of an offshoot, and they're organic as well, which is something that I am passionate about in a lot of things, especially food. And some people always say, oh, if organic means nothing. Of course it means something. It has to go under some kind of stringent rules, you know. There's a huge fine if you turn around and say you're organic and someone turns up and checks you out and you're not. So yeah, obviously you're not going to, you know, nothing's going to be perfect in this life. Get that through your head. But trying to make the best decisions you can, when you can, with what you have, is probably the way I've worked my way through life, and why I'm such good shape and health at my age now, at 48, coming 49 this in a few months. And I feel fantastic. And I drink beer regularly, and you'll hear all the Puritans, no alcohol whatsoever. Whatever you want to do, mate. You know, whatever you want to believe, or you do your thing, I'll do mine. And we'll see who's happier and probably healthier even in the end of it, because it's not that simple. You can't just, oh, I cut out everything and I'm healthy. No, there's a combination of things in life to keep you healthy, and your mental health is very important. Getting out, socialising, chatting to people. People say, oh, you can socialise without drinking. Yes, you can. But the opportunities to socialise when there are kind of occasions when you're having a few drinks, loosens people up. They tend to be more relaxed around others, less judgmental, stuff like that. Just it kind of creates an environment where you can kind of, you know, socialise better. Not that you can't socialise without it, yes you can. But as I said before, I was an actor. I understand being in plenty of circles, but that looks fantastic, to be honest, in the glass. It's a deeper colour, kind of deep golden colour. Any haziness? Not really. Nice streaming carbonation, looks really good in the glass. Turn it this way so you can see through it. Obviously filtered. Nice creamy head. 2.5 to 3 finger. Let's get the aroma. This one's spicy, malty. A little bit of citrusiness that you always usually get in these kind of Helles beers. Yeah, malty, bready, fresh baked bread. Smells really good. Smells really good. I know the water's going to be really good for these guys. These guys are in Austria, so you're chatting about the Alps. So you're going to have high quality water automatically. And that makes a big difference in lagers, let me tell you. So, I don't know what to say. They say Prost in Germany, I don't know what to say in Austria. But Prost zum Wohl, cheers, slancha. Oh yeah, that's really nice. And dare I say it, even nicer out of a can. You can taste the freshness better from it. It must be a good date on this anyway. That's really nice. There's a nice slight sweetness to it, bready start, and there is a nice dry pepperiness at the back end. Obviously not going to be in a Pilsner level. This is not a Pilsner. This is more a Helles style lager. It's going to be slightly sweeter, easier drinking, less, you know, boom, less bang from the hops, lower IBUs. IBU, if you don't know, that's just basically, you know, rates a scale of bitterness. So the higher you go up. So typical Helles could be around maybe 15 to 25 to 30, even a bit more IBUs. Then you move up into the Pilsners, which can be up from 30 to, you know, 40 something. And then of course you're going to move into the Pale Ales, IPAs, which tend to be the higher hopped beers that you'll get. So that's where the bitterness is from. So yeah, really nice beer. I can guarantee I'm going to enjoy this. Really, you know, a nice sweetness, but a nice body to it as well. Nice smooth carbonation. hugely enjoyable beer. If you see this, I got this in my local Sainsbury's in the north. I'm in the Republic, but the north it's very close to me, so it's about a 20-minute drive. And I just go in now and again, nip in and get quality beers, because it's very hard here in the Republic to get these type of beers, because it tends to be the usual macro here where I am in Donegal. So yeah, highly recommend you try any beer by Stiegl. Very good brewery. From Austria, very popular in Austria. I will see you in the next one. Gura Mahigot, thank you for tuning in. Sláinte.